camera capturing perspective. I do apologize. I am not the fucking happiest about that, but here we are. Welcome back to the Blackfire Technical Analysis YouTube channel. I am your host, Crypto Bro, and that's right, we are back at it again with another edition of the daily live stream. It is currently Monday night / early Tuesday morning. Look at the camera. I need a fucking haircut. Jesus criminy. And welcome back. Welcome back. I'm a little frustrated, to be quite honest with you. Running a little late tonight, getting the stream. I wanted to get on by fucking 12:15, but that didn't happen. Today's stream is going to be more or less the same sentiment for about a majority of all of the charts we're going to be looking at here today. Maybe a couple of chart adjustments. A couple of them I've already made, but it's going to be very, very classic and very, very easy type of analysis here today because it's very simple. A lot of these charts are currently going sideways, consolidation phase. Again, we did just initiate a very large move to the downside. For the most part, on a lot of these charts here today. Well, not today, over time. Over the last, months, we've been seeing a steady decline. But after this, significant move from the last major top all the way to the current lows here, I would classify that as a significant move to the downside. And typically after a significant move in either direction, you likely get some chops, some sideways, some consolidation periods within the charts, within the price action. So, a lot of this analysis is going to be very, very, very simple. Again, the implied is obvious. It's still a bear market, ladies and gentlemen. It is very much so still a bear market until proven otherwise. We are coming off of lower lows. Looking at NASDAQ here, reacting off of the lows here. I do believe this was Friday. No, this was Thursday? Fuck, it says Thursday, but I don't know. I'm gonna call it because I didn't do an analysis for the last three candlesticks of price action here, so we do have a little bit to catch up on, but we did see price action again break down, hit the 11,850 support, boom, and get a nice little reaction here. As soon as we hit the top side of resistance, boom, we hit it with rejection. Now we definitely have the classic confirmation of a consolidation phase here until proven otherwise. At least from my perspective, we have confirmed support, boop, down here, and came up and confirmed resistance. So currently, kind of what I'm thinking right now is that we see price action come all the way back down and continue consolidating until this consolidation breaks, right? It could go for a couple days. It could go for a couple weeks. It could go for a month. However long it wants to, initiate the consolidation, that's just how long it's going to take. Looking at price action right now, again, in confluence with momentum oscillators, we do have a low call here, bouncing out of the bearish control zone here for RSI, back above the exponential, but again, nothing significant, nothing strengthy enough to say, hey, this is a momentous move to the upside. Rather, we see RSI exponential slightly positive, very weakly positive, and we do have confirmation of support on the RSI exponential here, again above the bearish control zone. So as far as momentum from an RSI perspective, it's still pretty lacking. Stochastics, though, on the other hand, has shown a significant cross to the upside, forcing the exponential to a positive slope as well. Now we do see stochastics back into the bottom side of the bearish control zone. We did break the critical threshold here, but I digress. Still no critical signals, right? No critical signals that increase the probability of a major run to the upside. At least not just yet, but I will cover the critical signals that I'm looking for. Now, as far as this one's concerned, we are ranging, in my opinion. We did just confirm consolidation here today with this rejection of tentative resistance. We do see price action coming up a little bit, but I am going to be looking for a continuation towards the bottom side again at 11,880, give or take a few bucks. But the conditions are as follows. I'll look for continuation up if we do see a breach of tentative resistance above 12,460 with an open and closure. That will lead me to believe, at a bare minimum, a move up to the top of the blue box territory here at 13,115, give or take. I think I adjusted that a little too high, actually. I may have, let's see, 13,070. Yeah, fuck it, we'll keep it there. We'll just call it 13,100, right? again, we do have to make chart adjustments. We do have to adapt and overcome with these charts here today and every day, right? But again, an open and closure above 12,450 here would lead me to believe that a move towards the top side of that blue box territory at 13,001 is definitely probable here. At the very least, a test of the 21 exponential. But again, as long as we're below that 21 exponential, I'm going to be looking for lower high structures and continuations to the downside. Now, yes, an open and closure above the 21 would be, very convincing for a possible move and a test up to the current lower high at 13,490. But until that condition has been met, I'm only going to be looking for a possible move to the top of the blue box territory, followed by rejection. Again, if that condition is confirmed, if we do see a breach to the top side of the range. However, I don't believe that that is the sentiment here. I'm going to be looking for continuation down towards 11,875, maybe 880. If we see an open and closure below that region here, I'm going to be looking for significant continuation towards 11,005 and maybe even all the way down towards $11,100. Even very, 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 very cookie cutter, cut and dry, looking for, this to consolidate. If it is to consolidate, it's going to consolidate, and the more it consolidates, the more I'm convinced it's consolidating. Obviously, we're bouncing between one resistance, one support, just like a trend. The trend is your friend until the end of the trend. Consolidation is simply consolidation until you see evidence of the end of that consolidation period. And yeah, that's pretty much it for NASDAQ. It looks like we might enter a boring period of price action. Adjustments need to be made here. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm actually going to move this one down. And I'm going to move this one down because this one could play out the same way, right? Possibly looking for consolidation. Again, we did see a test of the bottom side confirming new support. We hit that support, stopped and reversed, came back up, hit the resistance, stopped, rejection, right? So again, we have the beginning etchings of a possible sideways phase here between two horizontal lines. Boom, boom. I'm going to be looking for the same thing. I'm going to be looking for price action to come back down towards 39.10. Yeah, 39.10-ish. And again, the conditions are very, very, very much the same. RSI not looking the happiest, not looking the greatest. Yes, we have a low call in the bearish control zone after confirming the lower lows, a breakdown of structure, and we did see a breach of the exponential. But again, look at how soft that breach is. That is not convincing, price action here, or price action, RSI movement. It's not convincing momentum here that tells me, hey, this one is for sure coming to the upside. We barely breached the exponential, barely forced it to a positive slope, and barely supported it at the current moment in time. Close enough is close enough, though. I digress. We are above the exponential, so the possibility is there. However, the conditions remain the same. If we don't breach the top resistance or the bottom support, sideways is what I'm looking for. But if we open and close above 4,040, I'm going to be looking for a push towards the 21 exponential and maybe a little stab higher, maybe to like 4,200. I would look for a stab up towards the upside here, but again, I'm not looking for true momentum until I see an open and closure above the 21. The 21 is coming in, right? The 21 is closing in on price action here. The divergence is getting lower and lower as the days go by. Again, I kind of feel, dull. I feel like today's analysis is dull because it's to me, it's very cut and dry. Look for sideways unless we break the resistance or break the support. If we break down below 39.12, I will be looking for continuation towards this level here, right around $3,800 to the downside would be a tentative target, maybe even more. If we convince, if price action confirms lower lows, I'm going to be looking for a major tested target right around 36.80. That would be a major tested target, and then maybe we have to start playing with Fibonacci's if it just keeps doing this, entire melt to the downside. Sideways. I'm looking for a consolidation period until proven otherwise. Again, we just tested support, hit support, stopped and reversed, tested resistance, stopped, down, rejection. Right? Any downside price action below resistance is confirmed a rejection to me. It doesn't matter how big or how insignificant the candle style is. All I see is it hit that resistance, boom, sold off. Immediately sold off. So I'm going to be looking for this to go, back down towards 39, 39.15, the current lower lows, the current structural lows, until proven otherwise. Moving on, U.S. dollar index, fucking divergence played out. I was looking for bearish divergence here on the RSI for a couple of days, and guess what? Boom, we got bearish divergence. It has confirmed it is playing out to the downside. Now, do we see continuation further, or do we see a higher low? Only time will tell. But I will show you a couple of signals that have me concerned. Number one, yes, the breach of the exponential, forcing it back to a negative slope, does have me a little bit concerned at the current moment in time. Definitely indicative of a little bit of pressure to the downside. But we do see a little bit of upside pressure on it right now. It's kind of flatlined, not so negatively sloped, right? So there is that. We do have stochastics though with a clear entry currently into the the bullish control zone. Could we test it in reverse? Yes, we could. But I think we've been coiling too long without a little bit of a retracement, without a little bit of a correction here. So I'm actually going to be looking for price action to continue towards a 103.71. Any open and closure below there, I'm going to be looking for a clean move all the way down to 102.51, and that could provide a little bit of a relief rally for the rest of the market. Again, anytime the dollar's going up, I'm looking for everything else to go down. Anytime the dollar's going down, I'm looking for everything else to come up. Very, very cut and dry. Maybe I'm just not on top of my game here. Maybe I'm not. Uptrend structure still intact for all of it. Again, as I mentioned before in previous streams here, we can see price action move all the way down to this trend line, and I would still be long-term bullish on this, at least until we break below and confirm the trend line as resistance and see continuation further down. I'm going to be looking for any support on this trend line. Could we see that trend line in the near future? Yeah, technically we could. Oh shit, I keep forgetting. We could see that trend line tested in the near future, but it's well and far away. I'm just going to be looking for, again, level by level. I'm playing it level by level. So for right now, I am looking for 103.71. Any open and closure below there, oof, I'll be looking for 102.55. But if we do put a higher low in here, right now, maybe even come down, test this support at 103.70. Confirm a higher low here, I'm still going to be looking for the overall target right up at 105.75, which was confirmed after the breakout as a potential target towards the 1.272 Fibonacci extension, right? We did see a breakout. We confirmed the breakout point as tentative support, which classifies per classical technical analysis theory that the 1.272 Fibonacci is the next valid target for this price action. Have we gotten close enough? I mean, maybe some people will say yeah. Me personally, I say nah. Close enough isn't close enough. And I wonder if there's any prior price action history acting as tentative resistance here. I don't know if it even... No, we don't even have history that far back on at least on this specific chart. I'm going to have to pull up a different dollar index chart because this one just doesn't have the history that I'm looking for. But I mean, we put in higher highs, we stopped, reversed, we got a top. Bearish divergence confirmed. Bearish divergence is playing out, and it is technically feasible for bearish divergence to continue playing out, at least on this chart, all the way down to current support, again at 103.70, unless we confirm a higher low. If we do confirm a higher low, I'm looking for that fib extension target at 105.75. And until then, I'm just kind of being patient. Again, we did see, fresh crosses of the exponential on both momentum oscillators. We saw stochastics enter the bullish control zone, which is a critical signal, in my opinion. And again, that bearish divergence arrow forcing the RSI back below the exponential, another critical signal here. So we do have, room to consider the downside possibilities here. And we also have room to consider the upside possibilities. Again, this market is extremely bullish. The US dollar index is extremely bullish, in my opinion. And until proven otherwise, it remains bullish. We still remain above the 21 exponential. Everything aside from a little bit of bearish divergence looks really, really, really good here. So until proven otherwise, I am more biased to the upside than not. Moving on, I want to talk about something I was considering today, and that'd be AMD. I was looking at AMD here today, and this one kind of sold it for me, right? This is consolidation. This is very, very, very clear and very decisive consolidation. We have a well-defined horizontal support right here. I don't know why it doesn't delete when I do that. And a very well-defined horizontal resistance right here. And boom, we have multiple tests of both. This is consolidation price action. This is a consolidation phase. Stochastics in the bearish neutral territory, looking very weak after rejecting the neutral zone. Not a good signal here, at least for the bullish perspective. RSI going sideways-ish in the bearish neutral territory as well, and price action going sideways. And again, I wanted to talk about this because, yes, we did get a open and closure above the 21 exponential. But I think this is the first time in a long time that I didn't take a trade upon that confirmation. And I'll tell you why. Very well defined downtrending market. Very well defined downtrending market. Sideways price action that hasn't breached the upside or the bottom side of the range, and that's it. We didn't get any critical signals on stochastics that told me to go long. We got a rejection of the the 50 read, almost a rejection of the 50 read. We got a reversal style candlestick closure right on top of the 21. If this had a couple more points of critical evidence, maybe across of the 50 read for RSI, maybe across of the 50 read for stochastics, and a better body on that candlestick closure, I may have considered opening a position today. But I looked at this and I said, man, I am not confident in taking this trade. I am not confident in taking this trade. I do not side with my edge at the current moment in time. Only because the evidence presented to me tells me sideways until proven otherwise, just like the other charts, sideways until proven otherwise. And it very, very, very cut and dry. Same thing with AMD, ladies and gentlemen. Any open and closure above 98.55, I will be looking for general continuation towards the next critical level, right at 112.30, which is pretty much in line with the negative diagonal trend line of death and destruction. And I would look for price action to tentatively reject it and come back down and possibly confirm some kind of lower high structure. Or if we see an open and closure below current support at 85.12, I'll look for general continuation to the next significant level at 79.80. Again, nothing about these charts, ladies and gentlemen, are telling me that we have some exciting price action to come. Not just yet. Until then, I'm looking sideways and downish. Moving on, Twitter. Again, I don't follow the news, but I heard the news. I heard they didn't buy. Mr. Elon hasn't quite confirmed the buy yet on Mr. Twitter, and I heard some investors aren't too fucking happy. What I really think is going on is that maybe Elon Musk is attempting to piss off big fish investors for Twitter, pissing them off, getting big fish to fry out their fucking investments, driving the price lower so that the little fish like me, you, and General Joe can hop in and do whatever the fuck they want at a lower price for Twitter. I don't know. I don't care. All I see is a significant breakdown after confirmation below the 21 exponential. Again, I didn't need fucking news to tell you. I didn't need the news to tell me that this was going to see some fucking downside continuation. We had a lot of clean evidence to suggest the theory that we were going to see downside continuation for Twitter. Number one, open and closure below the 21. That was enough for me. Number two, we had 3 drives. High, lower high, breakdown. On that lower high, rejection of the exponential, rejection of the bullish control zone, rejection of the exponential, significant downside, right? Stochastics here gave you another critical signal by breaking that diagonal trendline structure. Boom! Deep dive to the downside. Significant momentum in 4 days. 5 days to the downside. RSI breaches the 50 read, on the confirmation day for both RSI and stochastics. Again, remember when I say you're trying to build a case to take a position, this is exactly what I mean. You get a clean cookie cutter open and closure below the 21 exponential. At the same time, we see RSI making a critical signal below the 50 read, below the neutral zone. And we have our stochastics reaching the 50 read, below the neutral territory. Boom. Evidence. There's evidence that suggested the theory that this was going to see some continue. Again, I didn't need CNN. I didn't need fucking Fox News. I didn't need fucking Daily News or your fucking local town newspaper to tell me that the probability of Twitter continuing to the downside after the breach of the 21 was the most likely outcome. I didn't need the news. I love people who trade on the news because I had the news fucking 4 days ago. I had the news 4 days ago when we confirmed below the 21. That was the only news I needed to say, hey, you know what? This trade's not going to work. Boom, down. Significant downside for Twitter here. So seeing a breach of support, I'm going to be looking for this to confirm as new tentative resistance coming into tomorrow, 38.17. And at the end of the day, with this big of a decline here, I'm going to be looking for a continuation all the way down towards this level right here, 34.58. I'm going to mark that off. We can get rid of this because this is irrelevant to the analysis at the current moment in time. Yeah, that's going to be the next major level that I'm going to be looking for. It could be here. We could see a test of 35.65, but I really think a drive towards the current lows. Very, 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 very probable here. Change of behavior absolutely confirmed. With open and closures below the current lows here, and now we're just seeing a landslide of price action to the downside. Until I see a stop and reversal, my only disposition for Twitter is down. Netflix is bouncing a little bit here, giving off a couple of critical signals here. First one, stochastics back into the bearish control zone. Not bad, with price action confirming a low. I don't like how RSI looks just yet. Still in the bearish control zone, but we do see a rounding bottom here for the exponential. We do have a low call here for the RSI. We did confirm new tentative support, so at the bare minimum, a move towards maybe 199.40, maybe $200 is the next likely move for this one, unless we break back below 181.20, at which point I'm going to be looking for lower lows. If we get a lower high right here, I'm going to be looking for lower lows all the way down to 148, maybe 147.80, give or take. It's not going to be a perfect estimate, but ballpark 148 is what I'm looking for to the downside. But we do have momentum oscillator starting to curl back up on the daily time frame, except RSI starting to look a little weak. You never know until you know, motherfucker. So that's Netflix. I have time for two more. Let's do Mr. Apple because I'm interested in Apple here. Confirming the lower lows on a reversal style candlestick closure on the 12th on Friday. Boom, back above. Support, just kidding, rejecting support. I'm going to be looking for this to confirm as resistance tomorrow, below 146 even. If that condition is confirmed, I'm going to be looking for continuation back down towards 139 even. We do have plenty of evidence to suggest that theory. RSI comes back up, rejects the exponential after bouncing on the top side of the bearish control zone in a very weak fashion. And then stochastics here as well, looking at a fucking, like a weak, like pity cross of the exponential, not even forcing the exponential to a positive slope. This is not the strength. This is not the epitome of strength and bullishness and awesomeness. This is actually very, very, very weak evidence here to suggest upside continuation. But I will say, if we do see open and closures above 146.50, I would at least look for a move towards 150, maybe even the 21 exponential at 156, but then I'd be looking for lower high structures to possibly confirm. But again, if we do come down, breach below 139 spot 20. I'll look for a landslide all the way to 129 spot 50, give or take a buck, maybe 50 cents to the downside. Moving on, I got one more for the night, and then I'm going to let y'all have a good night. Bitcoin here going sideways, Again, a lot of this stuff is very, very, very similar, except for one or two charts here. Bitcoin going sideways at the current moment in time. Again, boom, confirming a low, boom, coming back up, confirming resistance, boom, sideways consolidation confirmed. RSI looks like dog shit, breaching above the exponential and rejecting the bearish control zone top, coming back down. Maybe go sideways for a little bit because we do see the exponential is pretty flatlined right here, and we do have a very soft breach above the exponential at the current moment in time. Again, nothing convincing, and we have a pretty weak attempt, if I do say so myself. Yeah, we do have a fresh cross of the exponential, or excuse me, of the stochastics here into the bearish control zone. I mean, yeah, one could argue it looks decent. It does look decent. It does look like momentum, but it's not convincing. Again, we don't have any critical threshold signals here confirming anything. I would say at the very least, any open and closure about 31,450, I would look for a push towards 21 and maybe the next resistance at 35,160. However, if we do see an open and closure below $29,000 even, I'm going to be looking for a big move towards 24,400. I want to see what the 4 hour looks like here. Yeah, 4 hours consolidating right now. At the same time, we did just see a 4 hour breach above the 21 exponential, but the 21 is pretty sideways on the 4 hour. Momentum oscillators, uptrending formation from a 4 hour RSI perspective, and an uptrending formation from a stochastics perspective. I mean, oh god, allergies. I mean, it's, again, nothing convincing until we see the range break. Until the range is broken, I'm looking for more sideways, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking for more sideways. So, you know, boring. I'm pretty fucking bored. Again, I'm not a sideways trader. I don't enjoy trading the sideways stuff. I trade the breakouts and the breakdowns. That's why I picked the 21 exponential, because I think sideways price action is boring. It is profitable, but for those that trade, it's profitable for them. It's not so profitable for me because I always have to pay attention to the charts, and I have a full fucking life. I have a full-time job, working overtime all the time. I'm preparing for a kid. I don't have time to trade ranges. I have time to trade moves above and below the 21 exponential. So right now, price action is pretty boring for me. I'm just waiting for the next critical signal that tells me the probability of an upside move or the downside move. And until then, that's going to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed my lazy ass on my lazy ass channel. Until next time, you should come check me out. I will be playing the Tower in Returnal tonight, and then probably tomorrow I'll be playing more Elden Ring. Come check it out. I will be live in like 5-10 minutes, depending on how long it takes me to get my shit together. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. Stay safe, stay happy, stay